The atmosphere was electric. From the moment the fighters stepped into the arena, the tension was palpable. The crowd, a roaring sea of passionate boxing fans, knew they were about to witness something historic. On one side, the pride of Mexico, the undisputed champion in multiple weight classes, Canelo Alvarez. On the other, the undefeated genius from Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Bud Crawford. As both fighters made their ring walks, their eyes locked with one focus: victory. Canelo, calm and calculated, walked in with his usual stoic face, wearing the colors of Mexico, carrying the weight of a nation. Crawford, on the other hand, had a quiet fire in his eyes. He was here not just to fight, but to shock the world. The bell rang. Round 1 began. Crawford immediately took the southpaw stance, flicking his jab with surgical precision. Canelo, as always, maintained a tight guard and moved forward slowly, trying to cut off the ring. The first minute was a chess match, each man trying to read the other. Crawford landed a few range-finding jabs. Canelo absorbed them with no reaction, inching forward like a hunter stalking his prey. Then came the first real exchange. Canelo slipped a jab and landed a hard left hook to the body. The sound echoed in the arena. Crawford responded with a quick 1-2 combo upstairs, showing that he wasn't afraid to stand and trade when needed. The round ended evenly, with both men landing clean shots, but it was clear, this fight would be a tactical masterpiece. Round 2 saw Canelo picking up the pace. He began targeting the body more aggressively, sinking heavy hooks into Crawford's ribs. Crawford, ever the technician, adjusted his angles, circling out and using lateral movement to avoid being cornered. His footwork was sublime, gliding around the ring like a dancer, never staying in one place too long. By round 3, the fight had settled into a rhythm. Canelo pressing forward, looking for the body. Crawford, countering off the back foot, landing crisp combinations in spurts. One exchange saw Crawford land a slick right uppercut that snapped Canelo's head back, a rare sight. But Canelo didn't flinch. He smiled, nodded, and came forward harder. Round 4 was a battle of wits. Canelo began to feint more, drawing reactions from Crawford. He slipped inside and landed a clean right hand to the chin. Crawford, ever calm, responded with a sharp check hook that reminded Canelo not to get reckless. Both fighters were now fully dialed in. In round 5, Crawford began switching stances more frequently, a trademark move. He'd throw a jab from orthodox, then switch to southpaw mid-exchange and confuse the rhythm. It worked. He landed a clean 3-punch combination that pushed Canelo back for the first time in the fight. But in round 6, Canelo came roaring back. He cornered Crawford and unleashed a vicious left hook to the liver. Crawford winced, not visibly, but enough for Canelo to smell blood. He followed with a right upstairs that shook the crowd. The Mexican warrior was now in full pressure mode. Round 7 was an all-out war. The pace quickened. Crawford began landing sharp counters, short hooks, uppercuts, using angles. Canelo, in contrast, walked through shots and landed thudding power punches to the arms, shoulders, and midsection. You could see the redness on Crawford's ribs, the wear beginning to show. Round 8 was pivotal. Crawford began to slow, just slightly. His movement wasn't as free. That's when Canelo attacked the body relentlessly. Every shot had bad intentions. Crawford was still in the fight, still landing clean, still dodging masterfully, but the Mexican's pressure was beginning to tilt the momentum. In round 9, Crawford changed the tide again. He timed Canelo's step in and landed a perfectly timed right hand that caught Canelo off balance. The crowd gasped. It wasn't a knockdown, but it was a clear Crawford round. He followed up with quick combinations and even managed to pin Canelo briefly on the ropes, a rare sight. Round 10 came, and both men were marked. Canelo had swelling under the right eye. Crawford had red welts along his ribs. The intensity was now off the charts. Canelo pressed harder. He landed a massive right hook to the temple. Crawford responded with a vicious flurry that ended with a snapping uppercut. Round 11 was pure grit. Neither man wanted to give an inch. Every punch was thrown with meaning. Crawford landed a slick 1-2, followed by a body shot. Canelo countered with a crushing left to the liver. The crowd was on its feet. Every movement was met with cheers and screams. And then, the final round. Round 12. Both corners knew it was close. It could go either way. Crawford's coach told him, "You need this round." Canelo's corner told him, "Break him now." They met at the center of the ring like warriors. Crawford landed the first big shot, a looping right hook. Canelo responded with a short, brutal uppercut inside. They clinched, broke, and threw again. Back and forth. No fear. No step backward. In the final 30 seconds, Canelo pinned Crawford to the ropes and unleashed a wild flurry, hooks, uppercuts, overhands. Crawford bobbed, weaved, and then slipped out with a clean counter hook of his own. It was the perfect way to end a perfect fight. The bell rang. Silence. Both men raised their hands. Blood, sweat, respect. This was boxing at its highest level. No belts needed. No trash talk. Just two generational talents giving everything for glory. As they stood in the center of the ring, waiting for the decision, fans across the world already knew, no matter who got the win,